Shout out to the real ones out there. You are watching New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. As always, we're going to go through the latest injury news surrounding the New York Giants. The Giants just put out their Wednesday injury report following practice. We got news on Toney, Andrew Thomas, Saquon Barkley, and some other players that you might have not expected to be on the injury report. We're going to break all that down, but first, let's start with the second-year wide receiver out of Florida, the former first-round draft pick, Kadarius Toney. He was a non-participant at practice today, and his availability for the game coming up this Sunday doesn't sound all that good. He has not played since week 2. He has not practiced this week. He will not practice today on Wednesday, and has been mentioned by Jeremy Fowler of ESPN as well as Bleacher Report in the latest trade rumors. I'm not sure who the hell would trade for Kadarius Toney. I mean, the guy is never available. I love him as a player. I love him as a talent. I think he has the skills to be great. He has the run after catch ability to be one of the most explosive playmakers in the NFL. But he's hurt more often than not. And he hasn't done anything yet in his New York Giants career to make the New York Football Giants better. I hope that changes. I don't root against anybody that wears big blue. I want Toney to be great, but he's got to go out and do it at this point. Injuries are stacking up. And if the trade rumors are going to continue to heat up, man, oh man, it could get ugly surrounding Kadarius Toney. I wouldn't be surprised if Joe Shane moves on. He didn't draft him. He's going to want his guys in the building coming up. Jordan Renan did put this tweet out this morning. He said wide receiver Kadarius Toney's dealing with a hamstring and Kenny Golladay dealing with a knee. Will not practice on Wednesday, per Coach Brian Daboll. My understanding is that Toney isn't especially close. Will take some time. That's pretty disappointing. He hasn't played since week 2. It's week 7. He didn't play 3, didn't play 4, didn't play 5, didn't play week 6. Kadarius Toney hasn't played football in a month. What the hell is take some time going to be? Why isn't he on injured reserve? How long is it going to be? I wish I had the answers to my own questions. As we already know, this injury wide receiver core is already injury riddled. Kenny Golladay, he's got a sprained MCL. Sterling Shepard, he's out for the year. Kadarius Toney sounds like he's not close at all to being ready to play. Wan'Dale Robinson came back from injury, made an immediate impact, had a big first down, had like 3 catches, scored a touchdown. Very impressed with what I saw from Wan'Dale Robinson in his season pretty much opener, because he only played 1 quarter in the season opener. You do have Richie James, David Sills, Darius Slayton, and Marcus Johnson now as the backup wide receivers. Look, guys, the fact that this team is 5-1 and their leading receiver is Richie James with 189 yards receiving is truly incredible. That goes to Brian Daboll. That goes to Daniel Jones. That goes to Mike Kafka. I mean, if you told me to start the season that the Giants' 2 healthy leading wide receivers would be Richie James, Darius Slayton, followed by David Sills and Marcus Johnson, I would have said this team might be 0-6 and might not win a football game. You know who could really help this wide receiver core, though? It's Kadarius Toney. I know his stats aren't pretty, and he had 190 yards against the Dallas Cowboys last year. He only has 420 yards on the season. Smoke one, Toney. This is someone that has the ability. He has all the tools. He's electric. He's a generator with the football. We saw what he did at Florida. He'd be perfect in this offense. But we keep on saying if and maybe and speaking hypotheticals. At the end of the day, he's been, I don't want to say a bust, but an underwhelming first-round pick. I think he could turn it around, but he's got to get his body right, and he's got to get out on the football field. I'm officially concerned with Kadarius Toney, though. From 1 to 10, I would scale it a 7, meaning 1, I'm not concerned, 10 meaning I'm very concerned. I'm at a 7. I am concerned. Is he ever going to be healthy? If this was his first year in the NFL and he was hurt, maybe I'd feel different. But this is year 2, and it's even worse injury-wise than last year. He missed 7 games last year. He's already missed week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6. Now he's going to miss week 7. He's already up to 5 missed games. So I want to ask you, what is your concern level with Kadarius Toney? Scale it from 1 to 10. 1 being you're not concerned at all. 10 being you're ready to cut him or trade him. You're super concerned. Sound off in the comment section right now. And if you want to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars, I'll keep this short and simple. Sub for Giants dubs. You bleed Giants blue. You want to go 6-1. You want to go down to Florida and beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. Sub for Giants dubs. We put out videos every single day on the latest Giants news and rumors. We go live every Wednesday and we go live every single Sunday for game day. So if you love the Giants and you're looking for a one-stop shop on YouTube, go down right now. Hit that big red button. We also have some injury news surrounding the best offensive lineman in football. Yeah, I did just say that. The best offensive lineman in football. Andrew Thomas is special, guys. Thomas was a limited participant in practice on Wednesday. He's dealing with an elbow, an ankle injury, maybe both. It sounds like both have been reported. And look, the Giants can't afford to have Andrew Thomas miss any time this year. Because like I said, he has been the best offensive lineman in football. And it's not just me saying that. That's Pro Football Focus saying that. He is the only offensive lineman in the NFL graded out at a 90 overall grade on Pro Football Focus. He has played every snap of every game through 6 weeks. That's 396 snaps. And he has not given up one sack this season. That's how good Andrew Thomas has been. He's only been pressured or allowed a QB pressure 8 times. He's been a difference maker. He's great in the run game. He's great in the pass game. He is a beast. I'm happy he's in Big Blue. It's the best draft pick that Dave Gettleman ever made in his time with the Giants. This dude is special. Thomas is the best tackle in the National Football League. You probably have your casuals somewhere saying, what about Lane Johnson? What about Trent Williams? It's 2022. It ain't 2016 anymore. Andrew Thomas, according to Pro Football Focus, and this guy is the best offensive tackle in football. 400 snaps, and he hasn't given up one sack all year. That's Hall of Fame type stuff right there. This offensive line has gotten better and better, but it all stems off of what Andrew Thomas is able to do by absolutely shutting down that left side of the offensive line. Ben Bredesen played really good at the left guard spot in the game against the Baltimore Ravens. John Feliciano went down with a groin injury. We'll update you on that in a second. Bredesen slid over to center, and Joshua Zudu went to left guard. Gowinski's getting better and better, and the right tackle, Evan Neal, is getting better and better. This offensive line looks really, really good, and I am excited for what's to come in the next couple of games for the New York Football Giants. I feel like as an offensive lineman, you just don't get the love you deserve from a fan base. So I'm calling on all the real ones right now. Everybody that loves the Giants, watches Giants now, stand up for the best offensive tackle in football. Let's show some love to Andrew Thomas. Let him hear it. Type 78 in the comment section, his jersey number. If you're proud of Andrew Thomas, if you're happy he's a New York Giant, let him know. Type 78 in the comment section right now. Let's go through the injury report for the New York Football Giants. Guys that did not participate in practice on Wednesday. Cordell Flott dealing with that calf injury. Kenny Golladay dealing with a knee injury. Jason Pinnock dealing with an ankle. Kadarius Toney, we just talked about him. I'm done talking about him until he does something. A hamstring injury. And O'Shane Ximines, who made some good plays this season early on, he's dealing with the quad. These guys did not participate in practice on Wednesday. Usually if you don't practice on Wednesday, it's not good for your game day status coming up on Sunday. I'd be surprised if any of these guys do play this Sunday against the Jaguars. Guys that were limited participants, meaning they did a little bit at practice, they weren't full goes, but are more likely to play this Sunday. Saquon Barkley, as we know, had that shoulder injury back against the Packers, came back, scored the game-winning touchdown. And he had the same injury pop up again against the Baltimore Ravens. Then he came back and scored the game-winning touchdown. So I don't think too much of the shoulder injury. Definitely something to monitor. Let's hope that he can get through that, get back to 100%. John Feliciano dealing with that groin injury that knocked him out of the game on Sunday against the Ravens. Said it's nothing to worry about. He'll be ready to go this Sunday. Azeez Ojulari dealing with that calf. He's missed the past couple of games. How cool would it be to watch a football game with Leonard Williams, Dexter Lawrence, Kayvon Thibodeau, and Azeez Ojulari all on the pass rush for the New York Giants? I go to bed dreaming about that. That could be one of the best pass rushes in the NFL. Let's hope Azeez is ready to go. And Andrew Thomas dealing with that elbow injury. I expect, honestly, all these guys to be able to play this week. Maybe not Ojulari. He's probably the longest shot. But Barkley's going to play. Feliciano's going to play. And so is Thomas. Let's hope 51. Azeez Ojulari is going to be out there as well. We're going to close out the show with this, guys. I am getting closer and closer and closer to 2,200 followers on Twitter. If you're on Twitter and you're not following me, you're hurting my feelings. Change it today. Give me a follow on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_. And I'll do this. The first 10 people to follow me from today's show, I'll give you a follow back. Just send me a DM, mention me, let me know you came from the injury news update. Give me a follow on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_.